Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a quick overview of my fixed blade collection. So we'll go ahead and start with this knife here. So this one is called the Winchester small wood fixed blade. I picked this one first because I actually bought this knife when I was younger. It was actually my first bushcraft full tang knife. It served me really well. It's got surgical stainless steel and rosewood handles, and it was about $16 on Amazon. And at the time, I didn't realize that. I used to think that a knife was a knife, and I wasn't. I didn't really realize that there was a difference in what I could get. So, even though this knife was great for me, I would not actually recommend it anymore. It's got I think a 4160 stainless steel blade. All it's listed is surgical stainless. It comes with this sheath. It's not a bad sheath. It's not a bad knife, but for $16 you can get something like a Mora. Next we'll go ahead and talk about this one. So this is called the Olive Wood Hunter by Timberwolf. It's another cheap knife. This one is actually Damascus. I don't know if you can get a focus on that with the light, but it's an alright little knife. I'm not a fan of these kind of choils. That's the part of blade I like to use the most. So I don't know. The only good things I found about this is that the blade is actual Damascus, because I have sanded it down and then it's rusted, which is also a good thing because that means that it's most likely a good high carbon steel, but I'm not sure. I haven't used it much. I'm not sure of the edge retention. I do sharpen as a hobby, so I will sharpen my knives even if they're already sharp. So it comes in this little almost too small leather pouch sheath with a little belt loop, and it doesn't like to go back into its sheath very well. Gotta shove it in there, but it's not bad. This one was about $30, and my girlfriend got it for me for Christmas one time. Alright. Next, since we're looking at the more budget knives, we'll go ahead and talk about my two more Craftline series. I've got the Pro C here, which has a patina on it that I put on with a little bit of vinegar just to keep it from rusting, and then the edge is a bit more polished. And then I've got the more Craftline Robust, which has a plethora of reviews out there on it. Dutch Bushcraft Knives did a really good one. These are about $15. You get yourself one of these. I do recommend the Robust. It's just a bit thicker on the edge, or on the spine, and it holds a keen edge. All of these are shaving sharp. The Robust actually comes with the black sheath, but I like it better with the contrast of the gray on the Craftline, so I switched the sheaths, and they're the same, and they go together. And you can also take them like this and connect them like that, and have yourself a little piggyback. Okay. Another knife I've got is the Buck 119. This is a clip point knife in Buck's 420 HC. It's a bit of a bigger knife, and it's got a hidden tang, so I wouldn't recommend it for too much hard work, but you can always use it at your own risk. This one was also a gift. Comes in this nice leather sheath, which I took a bite out of on accident, but it's a relatively good sheath. While we're on bigger knives, right here is my SCHF9, which I have personally reground. I took the coating off of the blade section, and then I reground it to a nice, much thinner profile and a convex grind. So I've made it much sharper than it was from the factory and convex the edge for strength. It is currently the biggest knife I have in my collection. I did have a Bark River Grizzly, but I sold it to purchase a few other knives. Alright, and this knife right here is the Buck Selkirk. It's the Selkirk Small, so it's not the full-size version. It's the smaller, more compact version, which I like. I'm a sucker for 4-inch blades and smaller handles. I don't like having a big hunkin' thing on my side. I do prefer to have a smaller, more capable blade. I like to carry an axe. Currently don't have an axe. I have a head and I need to rehaft it. So I'll get that done eventually, and then I'll show that one to you guys, because it's a boy's axe I picked up at a flea market and restored myself. So I will make a video on that in good time. So that's the Buck Selkirk. Alright, now we'll go on to my smallest knife. This right here is the CRKT S.P.E.W. It was my first EDC fixed blade. I got it as a neck knife, but originally I didn't use it as a neck knife because the first sheath that they sent me had garbage retention. This, you're not going anywhere. Like it comes off easy, but you cannot shake it off. I really like this attached lanyard. It's a 3-finger knife, but this lanyard gives you that extra 4th finger on it, and it's not going anywhere. Alright, now let's move into the higher end stuff. So, my newest and favorite EDC fixed blade is the Bark River Kalahari Thorn, and actually this is my favorite Bark River that I own. I like how it feels in the hand, I like its size, and I like that it's capable of doing anything that I need it to do. It's razor sharp and mirrored on the edge. So it's still convex, but my convex edges that I sharpen are just slightly thinner than the Bark River. So Bark River leaves their edges a little thick for my liking, and I just fix that ever so slightly so that the edge is screaming sharp. Like, it just takes hairs off like nothing. I don't know if you guys can see the hair on it. Comes in this mini North Star sheath, which the retention wasn't perfect, so I went ahead and added pieces of moleskin on the inside just for a snug fit, and now it won't go anywhere. So I like that more for if I'm going to put a $200 knife in my pocket, I'd like to be sure that it's going to be where I left it. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the Bark River North Star. So the North Star was Bark River's first attempt at a bushcraft knife, and I love this knife. I love it because of the smaller handle and the slightly smaller blade than the Aurora, and it just looks kind of nice. It's got the Fox River handle, and I've been looking at getting a Fox River. And I will get one eventually, but it fits nicely. Like Jim Stewart likes to say, nothing but blade leaves your hand. And it's really nice for bushcraft work. It's got that spear point for drilling, and it's got the nice convex grind. Actually, I'm going to pull out my Auroras really quick. So I do have two Bark River Auroras. I've got one in red linen micarta, which is in A2 steel, and I've got one in black canvas. Let's see there, that's in frame. That is in CPM 3V. So if you look, the difference between these is one is LT and one is not. So if you look at the spines, the black one's just a bit thinner than the red one. This one's 0.156 in 3V, and this one's 0.170 in A2 steel. So the reason I like the North Star so much is that it's got the perfect blade like the Aurora does, but it is half an inch smaller, and it's got a smaller handle. If you look at the handles side by side, let's see if I can get that closer. See how much smaller that is? It's just much better for my hand. There's just so much left over, and sometimes that just gets in the way. But they're all really nice knives. I would definitely recommend picking up an Aurora because the North Star has been discontinued and it's a bit more difficult to find. But it is worth it if you can get one. Alright, and each one comes in. This comes in the Aurora type sheath from Bark River, and this is the, I think, Bushcraft A that you can get on DLT. Okay. This is my last Bark River. I only have 5 of them at the moment. This is the Bark River Bravo 1. I actually got the Bravo 1 this week, so I haven't put much time into it. But this had a patina from the last owner. I have slightly mirrored the edge. I don't know if you can see that. When I received it, the previous owner had put a patina on it, and there was a chip here and a chip here. So I did have to remove those. The Bravo has one of the most comfortable Bark River handles I've ever felt, and I have yet to decide if I want to keep this ramp or not. I do plan on sending this blade into Bark River to have a drop point added here because Bark River has a great warranty and spa service, and for just the price of shipping I can get this knife sent in and modified any way I want, and all I gotta do is include $15 in the box when I send it in. Alright, and last but not least, I've got this knife, which I made myself. There's the sheath that I made. I actually meant to make it a right-handed sheath, and I made it a left-handed sheath, but it doesn't matter. With the spear point of my blade, I am more than able to put it in either way, just because the blade is almost symmetrical on this side. So this one is a knife that I made for myself. My friend Jesse has one just like it, just in thinner stock with a shorter, more it's a secondary convex. Mine is flat ground with a more wide bevel, kind of like a Scandivex almost. This one is made out of stainless steel, reclaimed stainless steel. It doesn't have the greatest edge holding ability, but it is my ideal knife, so I love it to death. It's got that nice right there gap where my finger is below the blade, kind of like a chef's knife, so I can use more of the blade in a cutting position. And it's held together, it's got birch handles and it's held together with a single pin and epoxy. The fit and finish isn't great, but I'm still working on that. Alright guys, so here it is. This is my current fixed blade collection, and that's all I've got for now. Thank you for checking me out, taking the time to watch. I'll probably do I think I've owned 7 to 10 Bark Rivers now, so I might do a list on on my top ones right now, the Kalahari Thorn is still my favorite. Probably my favorite on the table because I do get the most use out of it, other than the knife I made for myself. I'm very much liking the Bravo 1. I love the North Star. It is starting to snow here, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get out and do a review anytime soon. I'm just a sucker in the cold. I do enjoy camping out there, but it all depends on what I end up doing. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what knives you have in your collection. Thanks. Have a nice day, guys.